This video is about power and control. If you want to get your ex back, if you want to have control over your emotions, and if you want to always have relationships on your terms, watch this video. You got to get to the point that you realize this is a problem with confidence. Don't give them the bullshit of love. Oh man, I love her so much. You love her, you put tracker on her car. You went and you spied on her. You went and you got drunk and beat her. This is not love. Love is, she doesn't want to be with you, man. Let her go. That's love. But if you're obsessed, let's fix that. Let's fix your obsession. Let's fix the lack of confidence. Nobody loves you. Nobody ever loved you. Nobody loves you anymore. You think that was the only person who ever loved you. You can't get other girls in that level to feel connected to you. That's cool. Now we have a conversation. Now we can fix that. But if you want to hold on to something, you want to hold on to something who wants to get away from you so badly, because you are like this, because you are needy, that's what she doesn't want to be. She wants to be with somebody who's free. She wants to be with somebody who sees himself hit much higher than her. She needs to be around somebody who's cool. She needs to be somebody who's like, all right, cool. She doesn't want to be with someone who tries and tries and tries and tries so hard. Communicate effectively. Communicate the right way. You never own anything or anybody. And if you're suffering, if you have pain because of missing someone, if that person is not there and you want them to be there, if you feel jealous, if you feel that person is not there, it's because this feeling that you wish that the reality that is in front of you was somewhat different. It happens when your mental model of the world doesn't match with what is happening. If you expect the world to be a certain way and it's not, then you resist and pain comes up. And it's usually after breakup because you don't want that thing to end, because you don't want to accept what is happening right now, and then you resist. When you resist, it gets more and more and persists. When we are in this cycle, we don't realize we're resisting that. We don't realize, hey, the world doesn't care. The reality doesn't care what you believe. The reality doesn't care you want to be next to her. The reality is happening, and it's not what you want. This resistance to what is happening, it triggers sadness, anger, depression, all of these heaviness that is in your chest, feeling of missing her. When I study people who are badass, I study people who have changed the world, they have faith. They believe what is happening is right. Henry Ford, Andrew Carnegie, go check people who have done things that are significant, because in life there are things that are going to happen that they don't match the model of your reality of the world. I have clients that their child got hit by a car and died. All of my clients go through breakup and divorce. They don't want it to happen. A lot of things that happened to myself, I didn't want to happen. But you learn, the first step is that you notice this resistance. You notice that you don't want these things to happen, but these things are happening. Be cool. Be cool about it. Look, what are you doing? Some other dude is fucking my girlfriend. How can I be cool? It sucks. I'm with you. It totally sucks when things go the way you don't want them to go. It sucks. But if you want to die every day, if you want to die for what is happening every day, dude, nobody's coming to rescue. That you gotta adjust to the system. If you want to get that girl back, she looks at you and she sees you're sad. Why would she want to be with you? When the dude calls me and says, hey Ben, I want to send her a text message, I say, dude, do you know what she's gonna think when she hears the tone of voice talking to her like this? Do you want to talk to you? I don't want to talk to you, man. You make me sad every day. You call me 4 times with this tone of voice. And I feel you. I feel for you. I've been there. It's like all of the room is dark and the lights are down. It's lonely, but it doesn't have to be. It really doesn't have to be, man. That you gotta welcome whatever happens, you gotta embrace whatever happens, but we have become delusional that whatever we think should happen in the world, and if there's anything else but that, we're not gonna be happy. The world doesn't care. Now, if you're suffering, if you're hurting, if you just can't let go, you have to realize that you have been thinking about the world the wrong way. And these slaps, your breakup, like divorce, these slaps wake you up if you're smart. If you're not smart, you become one of those guys, 6 months later, 1 year later, still talk about your ex. 2 years later, still talk about... No, it's a choice. You gotta choose. Like I said, this concept has not been broken down sufficiently. People think neediness and love is the same thing. They use these words to, oh, Ben, I love her. What do you mean you love her? You beat her, you chase her, you're like this creepy dude who puts stuff on her phone and her car to see where she goes. That's not love. That's being controlling and insecure and scared. That's not love. But why do you give love a bad name? Your model of the world has to be flexible with what is happening. If you want to force your model of the world to the world, you have no chance. So you gotta be flexible with whatever you pick that you want to choose as a reality. Then this brings a lot of other things, but you gotta, this is the first step. If you're in pain, this is the first step to understand, this is what's happening. I felt ridiculously entitled that relationship has to go the way that I wanted it to go. That relationship wasn't supposed the way that you wanted to go. That relationship was supposed to go the way that it's going. And that's why it's going that way. Now you can sit and tell yourself all of these stories. Oh, I didn't do this. She didn't do that. Oh, I made a mistake, or she made a mistake. Or she was nice to me, or she was such a bitch to me. Or I took her for granted. Or I took care of the business. I didn't give attention to her. Or you can tell any of those stories that you want to say. That will not bring her back. That will not bring the relationship back. You have to start looking at the world differently. You have to start looking at things differently. You have to stop resisting. Because where you are, this is draining, dude. This is draining. It's like you try to get 5 bottles of water, put them all in 1 cup. It doesn't fit. So stop asking bad questions. Stop asking, what should I tell her to change her mind? What should I tell her to come? You know what you should tell? You should first get over her. That's why my program in week 1 and 2, if you understand it, by the time you arrive to week 3, you ask yourself, do I really want to be in a relationship with somebody who doesn't want to be with me? That's when you're qualified to start talking to her. Not when you're still obsessed, still you're where you have been 3 months ago thinking about it. Listen, why do you think like this? Why do you feel so sad? What is it? What is it that you want so badly? If you dig in, you realize you just don't believe, you're entitled, your system doesn't allow you to see yourself in a better situation because of lack of confidence. We gotta go there, dude. We gotta go there. You gotta move forward with your life. If your subconscious, if your mind, if your subconscious, if it doesn't think your range is here, it doesn't let you to go higher than that. But for you to move forward, for you to be able to think you can be with somebody else, you need to go higher than that range. But your mind doesn't allow you to go play over your range. So you need to understand that this pain that you feel, this feeling of loss and defeat and despair, is because you don't allow yourself to think that you're entitled to hit above a range that you think is here, but you think for you to be able to replicate what you had, you think you need to be here. That's the thing. That's another thing. Where is your range? In your mind, your ex is here, and you think, oh my gosh, she picked a better guy than you. You gotta start looking at confidence. What I mentioned in this video is confidence, is acceptance. And acceptance is not a sad thing. It's the coolest thing in the world. It's the coolest thing in the world. That whatever is supposed to happen will happen. Accept what is. When you listen to Eckhart Tolle, it tries so nice, so beautiful, elegantly to explain this. These things that are happening, you look at your conversations. I have different types of clients. With some clients, the conversation is always the same thing, never changes. It's like it really is the same thing all the time. With some other clients, the conversation is so progressive. You know, they watch the certain videos and they implement with an open mind, because they don't think that the reality is fixed like this. They think, okay, now I can do this and I can do this and I can do this. Look at your thoughts. That's why the program will get you to write down your thoughts. What is this conversation going on here? Why are you stuck? Why do you think you can't replicate? Oh, she was this and she was that. Yeah, there are other girls who are this and that. You have to get to the point that you come to terms with yourself that, hey, you know what, dude, I feel insecure. I don't think I can ever meet anybody like her again. You need to get to that point to understand, first of all, you're struggling because of this, because the reality is not how you want it to be. Second, you got to get to the point that you realize this is a problem with confidence. Don't give me the bullshit of love. Oh man, I love her so much. You love her, you put tracker on her car. You went and you spied on her. You went and you got drunk and beat her. This is not love. Love is, she doesn't want to be with you, man. Let her go. That's love. But if you're obsessed, let's fix that. Let's fix your obsession. Let's fix the lack of confidence. Nobody loves you. Nobody ever loved you. Nobody loves you anymore. You think that was the only person who ever loved you. You can't get other girls in that level to feel connected to you. That's cool. Now we have a conversation. Now we can fix that. But if you want to hold on to something, you want to hold on to something who wants to get away from you so badly, because you are like this, because you are needy, that's what she doesn't want to be. She wants to be with somebody who's free. She wants to be with somebody who sees himself hit much higher than her. She needs to be around somebody who's cool. She needs to be somebody who's like, all right, cool. She doesn't want to be with someone who tries and tries and tries and tries so hard. Communicate effectively. Communicate the right way. This is very important. Watch this video a few times. This is like magic if you understand things that are said. See you in the next video.